This Trunks takes almost 5 years to awaken, and he doesn't even awaken from any special medals. He awakens from these hero villain extermination medals. Huh. It's so weird. Why would they wait so long to awaken this guy? Of course, everyone knows the real reason why it took him so long to awaken this guy is because they forgot about him. Plain and simple, he's an old ass 2016 SSR that Dokkan completely forgot about. So in 2021 of November, during that Dragon Ball Hero celebration, this guy does get his awakening. Now, I guess something that could be made for the case that Dokkan forgetting about him was a good thing, because technically he's pretty alright during the time he came out. Although he could be a little weird for the God event, because of course he comes out during the God event meta. This guy can work in off meta content. Hey, I mean, technically he could. Like, for long events, this guy can really, really help you out. If you're doing some sort of, like, crossover, like, I don't know, GT Legendary Goku event run, you can go ahead and bring this guy, because he is gaining 50% attack and defense for 3 turns. That is 50% attack and defense, right? Just make sure. Yeah, it is. But going back on over to his SSR, we have to first talk about his SSR, because this guy sits for damn near 5 years with no awakening. And, guys, Dragon Ball Heroes does exist back in 2017, and here's the banner to prove it. So why the hell did they not give this guy his awakening? And I also completely forgot to bring up who his best linking partners are. Let me go ahead and bring that up right now. Where is this Super Saiyan 2 Trunks? I'm completely looking over him, as I always do. I know you guys are yelling at the screen. He is right there, but right there is not good enough for me. Where the hell is this Trunks? There he is, right there. Yeah, there he is. His best link up partners is this guy? Huh. Interesting. What's that link level 10? 45% attack, 15% defense, 9 key, and minus 10% defense to enemies. Of course, that's pretty ass, but pretty much it's auto super with some stat buffs. I mean, that's pretty nice, but it's not nothing too crazy if you really look at it. But going back on over to this Trunks, how does this guy look before he gets his awakening damn near 5 years later? So this guy back during the leader skill slash Dokkan event meta, I mean, he was just an STR support. So if for whatever reason you wanted to throw this guy on STR Omega's team to support him, I mean, you could, because he is supporting STR. That is good. And other than that, he does gain 50% attack for 3 turns. That's 50% attack? Yeah, it is. He gains 50% attack for 3 turns. That's pretty much it. Has an okay link set, and he does support STR. That's pretty much it. He's just a good support type unit to STR, and that would be the only reason you would use this guy. And going on over to his Awaken version in 2021, how does this guy work for the God event? Now, to be completely honest with you guys, I awakened this guy and forgot about him. Completely awakened him and forgot about him. I am not completely sure how this guy would do for the God event, but I would like to assume, considering the fact that this guy is a build-up unit, he would get crushed. It is what it is. He would force you to burn an item. And is it really worth burning an item over this guy? Just think about that. Is it worth it? No. Now let's go ahead and talk about what this guy does. Now, he is a crossover category leader, 3 key, 120% of the stats, as well as his other leader skill being all types 3 key and 70% of the stats. So it's pretty interesting how they did this leader skill. I have not seen something like this before for a unit that hasn't awakened in damn near 5 years plus. Of course, this unit being like how many more years old now? This unit's like like 6-7 years old now. Like, it's an old unit. So his super attack effect gains 50% attack defense for 3 turns. Of course, he has a nice super attack effect. He gains 150% attack defense performing a super attack, which is really nice. And he also gains 30% attack, 15% defense, and crit chance per category, no, per crossover category ally. I completely overlooked that, excuse me. Yeah. So this is technically his start of turn attack and defensive buff, because he can gain up to 60% attack, 30% defense, and a 30% chance to crit with 2 crossover category allies, excluding himself, on the turn. And also, he's a all ally support of 1 key and 25% attack and defense, and 1 key and 15% attack and defense to crossover allies. So if you're a crossover character, you're pretty much going to be getting 2 key, and 40% attack and defense. And if you're not a crossover character, it's 1 key and 25% attack and defense. So this guy is a multi-turn attack and defensive stacker that is a dual support type unit that has a high attack and defensive buff on super attack. Do keep in mind, of course, he has an attack defensive buff from both his passive to his super attack effect. You guys know how I feel about that. I like that a lot. And also, he has a pretty solid link set. The Saiyan lineage, prepare for battle, what else? Super Saiyan, so on and so forth. Trunks is pretty alright for off-meta content at the time of his release. I don't know how he would do for the God event. I think he would get crushed. I'm just going to say it outright. And 2021, who came out for 2021 for Dragon Ball Heroes? It was God Trunks. And God Trunks, I'm pretty sure he was good for the God event. I'm pretty sure this guy was good for the God event. Xenopan was an absolute just beast. And Meki Kabura, I was wrong about this guy. This guy was actually pretty good at the time. Yeah, and of course Robel, obviously. You guys know how I feel about Robel. And I'm not really a big fan of this Supreme Kai brainwashed for SSR at the time, so it's not really whatever. But considering the options you had for Dragon Ball Heroes, I don't think you would really want to run this guy. I mean, to run him as a linking partner right next to God Trunks. But the thing is that God Trunks has what links? Let me see God Trunks. Yeah, I mean, sure, they'll share prepare for battle, Super Saiyan, and that's it. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Maybe royal lineage? He doesn't have royal lineage. No, he doesn't. Okay, so, yeah. All you'll have is prepare for battle and Super Saiyan. Because this guy doesn't have the Saiyan lineage, this guy doesn't have a royal lineage, and this guy doesn't have Cold Judgment either. Yeah, and of course he's a fierce battle unit. So let's go ahead and take a look at how many 200% leader skills our old friend Super Saiyan 2 Trunks is on. So Trunks is on 4 200% leader skills, surprisingly enough. And one thing I do want to mention is that this guy's on a bond of parent and child. And another thing is that, if I'm not wrong, this is the only Super Saiyan 2 Trunks that exist in Dragon Ball games. Because thinking off the top of my head, does Xenoverse have Super Saiyan 2 Trunks? Does, of course, Fighters clearly doesn't. Kakarot clearly doesn't. Does, Raging Blast have Super Saiyan 2 Trunks? Does Budokai Tenkaichi have Super Saiyan 2 Trunks? I can't think of any Dragon Ball games that have Super Saiyan 2 Trunks. And of course, Legends clearly doesn't have Super Saiyan 2 Trunks. What Dragon Ball games have Super Saiyan 2 Trunks? I could be wrong, but someone please let me know if there is another game outside of Dokkan that has Super Saiyan 2 Trunks. But other than that, I'm pretty sure this is the only Super Saiyan 2 Trunks that's playable. But of course, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, this guy's 200% leader skills are the Super Hearts, 200% leader skill, of course, to time travels and crossover, as well as the Shala Kid Gohan, 200% leader skill to Bond of Master and Disciple, and Power Awaken and Piccolo's 200% leader skill to Battle of Wits and Bond of Master and Disciple, and lastly, the 200% leader skill to Battle of Wits from just this Hachiyak Goku. Now, what is good about this guy is that he has a good super attack effect. He does gain an attack and defensive buff from his passive to his super attack effect. He does technically have built-in crit chance. He has 2 crit chances built into him because he is an STR unit, and he does get crit chance for having a crossover category ally on a team, or just basically multiple ones on a team. He is a dual support type unit, so I do like that. He does have a lot of dual things going with him, because he does gain an attack and defensive buff from both his super attack effect all the way to his passive. He does have crit chance from his passive to his potential system, and he is a dual support type unit, so there's a lot of dual things about this character. Like, that's nice for sure. And the bad thing about him is that it took him damn near 5 years to get an awakening. That's it, people. I appreciate you guys for watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I love you all. Peace.